Okay, I'm driving with Jagan. Okay, he's telling me about his farm.
Okay, farm and ranch. It's a family-owned farm. My dad bought it. He bought this originally when he was like 16, 17. I just bought it off of him, but he still owns the ranch. Our base is holistic management, rotation grazing, agriculture through animals and through a bit of farming. My dad runs the cows. He does rotation grazing, basically 28 square miles, basically, and they're broken up into sections.
28 square miles,
28
you guys
square
have?
miles, basically. If you do it in squares, it's a sections of miles, basically. So, basically, past that windmill over there, there's another 1.5 miles. And then when we get down to where we're going, it's still another 1.5 miles.
Okay, so 1.5 miles past that whoa, way over there.
Way over there.
On that knoll, that hill way out there.
Yeah, way
past that thing. I don't even think I could zoom in that far.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's way up. Yeah, I got, yeah, that's the windmill right there. Yep. That's crazy. And then over here on this side, it's good. And there's a dam. There's a dam over
but
there.
it's not. It's a flood control because the elevation drops 1,000 foot between Hope, New Mexico and Artesia, New Mexico.
Wow.
And the elevation drop and being the desert, it flashes pretty easy. So they put that in there in the 1988, 80. My dad supplied the water for that. It takes a lot of water to build one of those things, to pack that dirt in correctly. There's other dams across here. There's a lot of stuff that's out here. There's a giant swastika sitting right out there, made in dirt from World War II. And this used to be a bombing range for World War II in this area.
And they put a swastika there just
They
so
made
they
it out
could,
of dirt with bulldozers.
so
And so the B-17s, all them, when they had mechanical bomb dropping mechanism, they trained out here and they dropped dummy bombs out here. They're just basically sand bombs that look like, you know, they're sheet metals with sand in them, basically. And they dropped them out here. They've all been picked up by everybody. Bush flew out here in the early 2000s and saw it and sent people out here looking. But it's just sites. There's swastika. There's some they're pushed into submarines and ships and barracks and so just their bombing ranges. That's all they are. There's
training ground.
Just training ground. And there's landing sites. There's some landing sites for those big planes out in the oil field. There's one in the mountains. There's one way back over there where the correction center is one of the original landing sites. And then the Roswell Air Force Base is the original flyout point, basically the original base.
Okay.
So there's a lot of history out here in the desert.
That's interesting. This is incredible. So you own 24 square miles of property?
28, and it's not. Most of it's federal, state, BLM land. It's split up. Everything back there where the farm is, I own. It's actually deeded land. But there's spots out here, just itty bitty, like 40, 60 acre spots are out here. They're deeded land. This is also part of the movement into America from the Great West, you know, the Great Western push out here. People come out here, live on the land for 5 years, and the government gave them the land. This is some of that land out here. We're basically right here below this hill.
Can flip it.
Just right here, really getting on this hill before you get down the creek. There's a little home site. People lived there for 5 years.
Can you swim in that creek?
No, not here. It's just a creek line. The natural water that used to flow has dried up. All the farming have sucked it dry. Hope, New Mexico.
Oh, that was lightning. Sweet.
Hope, New Mexico was the original artesian well. So you know what an artesian well is? Basically a natural
They
flowing.
make beer out of it.
No, well, it's a naturally flowing well that just comes out of the ground of its own.
Oh, okay.
Hope, New Mexico was the original place where everybody moved out here. They thought it was going to be a booming town. Well, it dried up. the natural water stopped coming out of the ground because they poked so many holes in it. Well, my family moved into Artesia. It was a swamp at the time. We said, well, you ain't going to be able to farm there. Well, they're farming there still today because there's the water aquifer is lower down. So
Like how far down?
Well, this well right here, no, 800 feet. See, my well is from 1926, and I'm still pumping out of it. Great water. And it's 800 feet during the winter when everybody stops pumping. He'll come up to 20 feet. I can see it.
Wow.
Awesome water. Got a little bit of sulfur, but not bad.
Just the sulfur taste.
Yeah.
That's not bad for you.
No, it's good for you.
Yeah.
Sulfur's good for you. But New Mexico is a water rights state. It's connected to the land, and if you have the water rights, you know, turns land into a lot more money than what it is. You know, this piece
So
of
when
dirt.
you buy the land, you get the water rights.
Well, you're basically buying the water rights more than you are
okay.
buying the land. This dirt out here is like $600 an acre, but there's water rights connected to it. It's thousands of dollars. I mean, $12,000 an acre. It's unreal what water rights are. valued at.
$12,000 an acre.
An
Huh?
acre for
Well,
farmland that has water rights connected to it.
We had a dragonfly that was running with us for a second. Big one.
Here you go.
Yeah,
Here's
so-
a goat picture.
So
Turn
he
around.
he told.
No. Turn your camera.
Okay. Jagan's like, you don't want to leave your car, and we're gonna take the truck. So that's how I changed vehicles. But yeah, I wouldn't drive down here. I mean, I'd have to go like 3 miles an hour or more or
Okay,
less.
when our
But-
heavy raining season last year, this thing flooded twice. The rains up there in those hills right up there. There's not much grass up there. It rains up there and moves fairly swiftly and takes out fences and whatnot.
Oh wow.
Then I'll even take you by the dam on the way out. We'll show you. There's a 50-foot tower back there, and you'll come up to that tower on top as much water comes down through here.
Oh, I see the goats on the bridge there.
Yeah. Bunch of water.
That is cool. That lightning in the background.
Okay, all these bushes are right here in this creek line. The reason we have goats is these bushes. All these bushes, well, they were like 5 foot, 10 foot taller last year before. Goats are not like cows and sheep. They're a browser animal. They're not a grazer. Sheep and cows and horses are grazers. Goats are browsers. They eat a little of this, they eat a little of that, and they eat more bushes than they eat grass. They'll eat grass, but it's just not their. It just makes them fat and weird. But they're browsers. They're mostly eat mesquite bushes and bushes. They come from the mountains. They're mountain animals. They will eat stuff that's poisonous to them, but if they know there's a antidote plant that's nearby, they'll eat it because they're getting the minerals out of the poisonous plant and then antidoting themselves with another plant.
That's how God designed them. Yeah.
God designed them,
Yeah.
and it's
How would they know that except that God put it in them?
And a lot of the animals we have do that, but the problem is we built fences. Fences stop a lot of the natural ability.
I see
And
what
then
you're saying.
when the Great West started out here with all the cattle and putting all the fences, well, we overgrazed everything. Well, all that's left is grass and some other stuff. A lot of the good nutrients and the antibody stuff and the dewormer plants are all gone. So we had to use vaccines. Vaccines are the worst in the world for an environment. They not only kill the bugs in the animals, but they kill the bugs in the ground. Once it goes to the animal's system, it gets pooped out the back. All the little tumble bugs take it and put it in the ground. All the bacteria get it. It's in the ground. All your microbes will get into it and die. You're killing the environment. I mean, you're saving the cow, but you're killing the world, basically.
Oh wow.
And we're trying to get back to doing it holistically, going back the original way, using oils instead of
Vaccines.
vaccines. Ivermectin is one of the greatest things invented, but it's also dangerous to a point.
Now a lot of these have horns. Do
These
both
are-
male and female
Yes.
goats have horns?
Most of these, yeah, these are Spanish-based and Boer crosses. Can you turn your camera
Yeah, let's flip it around there. Spanish based.
More Spanish, and then the white ones with the brown heads, those are more Boer. And then there's ones that are mixed, those are Spanish Boer crosses. The dark brown ones, they call them badger type, that they're brown and black. or dark brown with some black in them, those are true Spanish.
From
The tan-
Spain or whatever.
Spaniards brought them here. I'm not sure if they're from Spain or what, but that's what that we call them, is Spanish goats.
Oh, I see.
They do really well in the desert. They're hardy animals. They don't fall apart. When they change environments, they don't get sick right away. They're just a quality for where we live.
Wow.
The desert. I mean, you can see there's not much grass there. In 12 months, we've only gotten 2.1 inches of rain.
Oh, wow.
Everybody around us has gotten.
There's a little baby.
Well, babies are about to be here pretty soon.
Oh.
Inches of rain. Everybody else has gotten. I mean, you go up to Hondo Valley where that cloud is. Basically, they've gotten 26 inches of rain.
Hondo
Up here in the
Valley.
mountains, they've
I
got
wanna
an
get a shot of
amazing
that.
amount of rain.
So that's right straight ahead, and there's a cool windmill. Oh, that's a cool shot.
We don't use it no more. There's an actual pump in that hole that we use. It's a backup system. We have a solar well that's up 2 or 3 miles that way. We have a water well over here on the other side of the ranch, and we have another windmill that you saw that was on that hill over there. And actually have another windmill over there that's on solar. Solar's great. Variants. It's great. What else is... Yeah, I have a lot of goats. Gone crazy with the goats. But there's a market for them. All your New Zealanders and Australians, they're out of goats. They've learned how to capture their wild goats, and they've sold them all out to the Middle East. The Middle East has been in war for 100 years. Well, all their animals they're not died off, but they've gotten a lot smaller, so we're having to supply animals from other places. We're also talking Spanish people, Cubans, Jamaicans, and Middle Easterns eat a lot of goat and sheep. So the supply is up.
So that's where you sell them to, huh?
We sell them in San Angelo, but a lot of it goes down to Florida.
Oh, for the Cuban market.
Cuban market, or get on.
Your dog's over here.
Yeah, I got dogs with these ones too.
Oh, it's a different dog.
Yeah, different dogs. Oh, my hose is out.
And he's just kind of being a protector, that type of
Yeah,
thing.
that one's.
Can you stop the?
Yeah, we'll get out.
Okay.
It's an Anatolian right there. He won't even let me pet him.
Really?
Yeah.
He won't let you
He's
pet.
a jerk. He's not.
He's a jerk. Wow, look at all those goats. I've never seen so many goats in all my life. Hey,
That one's Ashley. This one's Ruby. She's got some.
Ashley?
Yeah.
My
She's got
friend
some
Ashley.
puppies. She's got some puppies somewhere. She's got them hid somewhere.
So the dogs just kind of, they've got water out here and then they just
Well, I feed
leave
them,
a bunch of food?
I give them
Or,
dog food every night. The dogs are mainly your night protectors. They go out. They're night protectors. They go out with the goats in the morning. They're actually the lead goat to a point. They go out and make sure there's no foxes or coyotes in front of the herd, and the goats follow them around. And they'll go out all the way out 3 or 4 miles, and they'll come back in at lunch, and then they'll go back out a little bit and bushes.
hey, bring them back in here.
Well, they have their mind of their own.
Okay. Well, you hollered at them and look at this, is crazy. How many goats there are. Yeah.
I mean, just look forward on the grass and rain.
That's wild that 15 miles away or whatever it is, you're getting rain, but then here it's not raining. I have to pray about that.
Yeah, God's gonna give us what we need to give us.
There you go.
Don't prayer I see prayer as a lot different than a lot of people see prayer.
How do you see it?
I see prayer as doing when you say your prayers, you put your hands together, right?
Yeah.
Connecting your right brain to your left brain, and your soul in God to help you create something in your mind or do the right thing for whatever you're praying for. To be a better person, not just kumbayaing the idea. Hopefully you're praying to Him to give you the enlightenment of a solution.
Amen.
Right?
Yeah.
And if He wants you to have it, He'll give it to you. In the time, you know, it might not be today, tomorrow. And just like,
Oh yeah. It's sowing seeds, man. That's what I say about prayer. It's like it's sowing seeds. Because you don't know when it's going to come up or what He's going to do or what He's thinking.
or when He's going to give you your Holy Ghost,
There's
Holy Spirit.
one, that's the one that's farthest out. What are you doing way out there? It's funny. You like turned around and looked at me when I said that.
Good.
Or he or
Like
she.
that?
That's pretty funny.
And they answer, good. Red. There's some pets in here. Semi-pets. There's some bottle babies that were turned out in here with the herd.
I just think that storm. That wasn't thunder. That's something else.
Yeah, there's still jets and airplanes over in Raleigh.
Oh, okay.
You can hear them revving up over there. We also have the airport in Artesia, that Mac Chase, the big oldie.
Well, that wasn't a regular plane. That sounded like a military plane to me.
Yeah, they still fly, the cargo jets over there.
Well, this is gonna be a heck of a video. It's a little bit long, but man, is it worth it?